Nanana Sele. Illustrations by Junior Valentin from the book Stories of Africa by Gcina Mhlope. Once, a long time ago, there lived a woman called Nanana Sele. She was a hard-working woman with a happy, playful spirit who had been widowed when her two children were very young. Nanana's children were very, very beautiful, and often people would stop at Nanana's house, see the small boy and girl playing outside, and pause to admire them. Nanana and their children were very popular with all the people of their village. But Nanana had just one little fault. She did not like taking advice from others, and she could be very stubborn when she wanted to. For instance, she had built a house right in the middle of the animals' road. Many people warned that this was a very dangerous thing to do. They said that in such an unprotected place, so close to where the animals walked, anything could happen. They begged her, for her lovely children's sake, to choose another site for her house. But Nanana would not listen to anyone. She simply laughed and said, I am Nanana Sele, who built a house in the middle of the animals' road, because I fear no one. This was the response everyone got whenever they tried to talk here about the problem. So, in the end, people gave up. Nanana's children never seemed to be bothered by the talk of danger. They were used to seeing wild animals walking in front of their house in the middle of the road. Almost every day, one animal or another would stop and ask them whose children they were. Late one morning, a cousin of the children came to visit. She was a little older than Nanana's children. They loved their cousin very much and were overjoyed to see her. Nanana looked at the children playing so happily together, and she thought to herself, they are so content with each other that they won't even miss me. I'll just rush into the forest quickly and gather some firewood. So, Nanana took her ropes and bush knife, and after saying goodbye to the children, hurried off into the big forest. She had been gone for maybe an hour when a leopard with gentle eyes walked past the house on her way to the river for a drink. When she saw Nanana's two children, she stopped and asked, Whose lovely children are you? You are very, very beautiful. The cousin proudly answered, They are the children of Nanana Sele, who built her house in the middle of the animals' road because she fears no one. The leopard smiled and walked on. Then a big baboon came past and asked whose beautiful children they were. This time it was Nanana's children who answered, We are the children of Nanana Sele, who built a house in the middle of the animals' road because she fears no one. By now, the children were getting tired of being interrupted in their game. They were hoping that their mother would be home soon. Just then, another animal came by. This one was a very large elephant with one enormous tusk. His ears were flayed out, and he was in an extremely bad mood. He stopped as the others had done and started and stared at the three children. They felt very unsafe. Whose children are you? The bad-tempered elephant demanded. And why are you playing in the middle of the animals' road? We are the children of the middle of my road. Doesn't you know that? Demanded the big scary animal. Before they could apologize or say anything more, the elephant grabbed Nanana's beautiful children with his big trunk, one after the other. He lifted them into his huge mouth and swallowed them up. Their cousin screamed and ran into the house before the mean elephant could catch her and swallow her too. Soon afterwards, Nanana returned with a bundle of firewood. She was surprised not to see or hear any sign of the playing children. Loudly, she announced that she was back. At the sound of her voice, the cousin ran out of the house crying. She told Nanana the whole sad story of what had happened to her children. Nanana was furious. She wanted to know if the elephant had swallowed the children whole. Yes, that's what he did. He swallowed them without any chewing, said the cousin. Nanana was very relieved to hear that. Telling the little cousin to dry her tears, she promised her that everything would be fine. Then, with her bush knife in her hand, she set off to find her children. Nanana walked into the great green forest. The first animal she met was the leopard with the gentle eyes. Have you seen the one-tusked elephant who has swallowed up my children? Nanana asked her. You must walk and walk and walk until you get to the place where there is a clearing, no trees, but lots of white pebbles on the ground. That is where the elephant with the one tusk lives, the leopard told her. Nanana thanked her and walked on. Next, she met the big baboon. He also told her to walk and walk until she came to the clearing with the white pebbles on the ground. Nanana thanked him too and walked on. The further she went into the middle of the forest, the more animals she met. They had all heard that she was on her way to the home of the one-tusked elephant to rescue her children, and they were eager to see what would happen. That nasty elephant was a big problem in the forest. No one liked him, not even the other elephants. Finally, Nanana arrived at the place she had been told about, a big clearing in the trees, where the ground was full of small white pebbles. She saw the one-tusked elephant sitting lazily on his big bum with his huge stomach hanging out. The reason it was so huge was because of all the forest animals he had swallowed up. Nanana stood angrily in front of him. Are you the elephant who has eaten up my beautiful children? She demanded. Oh, the elephant hardly opened his eyes. He was so lazy and full that he could hardly even hold his head up. You must walk and walk and walk until you get to the place where there is a clearing. That is where the elephant with one tusk lives, he told her sleepily. No, this is the place, and you are that elephant, and I am not going anywhere else until you give me back my children, shouted Nanana. Give them back to me right now. Shashisa, hurry up. The elephant opened one eye. Then he opened the other. Be quiet, woman. Stop bothering me or I'll be forced to eat you up too, he threatened. Go ahead. I'm not afraid of a mean, ugly, smelly thing like you, Nanana replied. And that's exactly what the elephant did. He swallowed it too. As soon as Nanana was in the animal's stomach, she found her children. They were so glad to see her. It wasn't at all nice in that elephant's stomach, dark and moist, and didn't smell so good. They were all kinds of other creatures in there as well. Lots of little animals that the mean elephant had eaten. Nanana hugged her children close to her. Then she encouraged everyone inside the elephant's stomach to jump up and down and kick and bang on the sides as hard as they could. The elephant didn't like it at all. He rolled around like a huge fat ball, groaning and holding his stomach and shouting, "Stop it! Stop it! Stop hitting me like that! All of you just get out!" "How do you suggest we do that?" called Nanana Sele from inside him. "Anyway you can, I don't care," groaned the elephant. So Nanana took a bush knife and cut a little door on the side of the elephant's stomach, and out came all these small animals like the hares, meerkats, duiker, and other little buck. They were followed by Nanana and her beautiful children. Everybody was so happy to be out of there and thanked Nanana over and over again. Even the animals who hadn't been swallowed were grateful to her. That one-tusked elephant was a horrible beast, a mean old bully who was hated and feared by everyone. That night there was a huge celebration in the forest. Even the other elephants came to join it, glad that the one-tusked elephant had got what he deserved. None of them could understand how he had come to be so mean in the first place. As for Nanana, she continued to live in the middle of the animals' road with her children. Many more animals came to see her and her children, who continued to grow lovelier by the day. Qos, yaphela. Here I rest my story.